140, Patrick 146.
Does that down to a 2-darter. So 146 on offer. Surely he'll stay there. He does. The double 13. Oh, what a finish.
Third leg.
What a moment
Patrick
from Mark.
Mart.
He had the perfect guide, used it, and then landed the double. And after neither player could seemingly hit a double for love nor money,
Patrick
Mart slams in a big one.
81.
Lee Shewan a hat-trick of ton 40s to leave 81. And it might be an 11-darter. Steps back, refocuses, takes aim, and pins the double well.
Leg. Lee Shewan.
Can't find it either.
10.
That looks a decent guy to work off of, and it is. And we see the celebration from Patrick Mart there. We know how much that means to him after losing all 5 games yesterday. He is off and running in Group B with a 4-2 win over Lee Shewan. Coming up after the break, we're going to see Steve West against Daniel Lee. 2 bites of the cherry at this one. Treble 20, single 17. A dart at tops. And that's all Steve West needs. A ton-topping finish in leg number 1. And that goes back to the point that Chris made brilliantly on his own dart. Steve West is going to be a hand.
We did see a lot of the bed, but wouldn't have been surprised to have seen a man of his kind of unorthodox antics to go bull there. Instead, West cleans up. Steve West a choice to make here, straight for it, or does he go, say, 6-12? Or 10-10? And he gets there in the end. Still not convinced that he wanted the 10 there. 6-12 for me would be usually the Steve West way. But he has managed to win the match, and he's done it emphatically as well. Really good start to the night for him. Those stats leap off the page. 95.58. 2 3-figure finishes, 100 and 117. And his finishing was superb right up until the end of the match, but it didn't matter. Still a 4-1 win. And West leads the way. Dan Reed in action for the first time next. He takes on Lee Shewan. Stay with us. He can adjust the scoreline to 4-1 and pick up his first points of Group B. And he does exactly that. Lee Shewan claims a convincing win against Dan Reed, who suffered double trouble throughout that game, missing a dozen at the outer ring. Well, 1 at the bullseye as well. That was closer to the outer ring in truth. Lee Shewan, just the 80 average, but his missed doubles playing a part in that. Both will be going back to the practice boards, I'm sure that is the department they'll be sharpening up on. But Lee Shewan has at least picked up points tonight. Having lost his first match, he's won his second. He sees off Dan Reed 4-1. Coming next, it's Patrick Matt against Steve West. 100, but it was in fact 1-2-3. It was almost a 180 himself. Of course, he wouldn't have hit 3, or it would have just been silly, wouldn't it? West gets 3 in a bed.
180.
I think Owen Binks may need some lozenges after this game.
60.
Started the game with his own voice and ended it with Russ Braze. One of the iconic voices of darts. Here comes another one, just like the other ones.
180.
Soothers on standby, Owen.
We're only in leg 2 already. We've had 4 maxes.
Stevie require 84.
If I hadn't been sat here watching it with you, Phil, I'd accuse you of lying. Well, 11-darter for one player. Steve West answers with a 12.
Second leg. Steve West.
And it's another decent combo finish as well for West, so that will be encouraging for him.
But 71 to seal a 4-1 victory. 18 for tops to win it. And win it, he does. Steve West goes back-to-back in Group B, moves on to 4 points and top of the table. 4-1 win, 88.46 average from simply Steve West. Coming up after the break, it's the Battle of the Dans. Dan Lee against Dan Reed. We'll see you all in a minute.
And Lee now has missed 4 darts to win this game. Make that 5. But he gets there in the end, and you have to say he deserved the win. He went the distance, Reed fought back, punishing missed match darts by Daniel Lee. But in the end, he did pass the checkered flag and picked up the point. A 4-3 success for him, his first of the night. Dan Reed, joint favourite for this group, none from 2. When we return, Steve West, unbeaten so far, will take on Lee Shewan. Start on ball. No, he's definitely treble 20. And it's the ball at the end instead. Oh, he pins it. That has got to hurt.
Steve West.
Well, Lee a long way off the pace in the opening leg, but he can get down to similar territory with a good visit here.
177.
Or he could leave himself
Patrick
on a
Requoin,
double with a
64.
fantastic visit here. 16 or 8. And now the double.
32.
That's been a
Daniel
bit of a flaw
Requoin,
in the Mark
20.
game, actually, when he's on sort of smaller combos. Hasn't
Game
tended
shot on
to
the
take
first
them.
leg. Daniel Lee.
Follows that fabulous 177 with the perfect dart, a double 10.
Jacques Larborough have been wanting this for so long to see France back in the World Cup of darts. Oh, hang on a minute. We'll
What a
come
dart
back to
that
that in a
was.
second.
Yeah, brilliant dart. Brilliant
Game shot on the
finish.
second leg. Patrick Mart.
What a finish that is.
Margins can make a difference.
He is going to get 2 darts at double 12. The 81 combo. Clip the bottom wire. 6s. And
Game
finds
shot and
it.
the match.
Daniel Lee breaks in the deciding leg, and that's only fitting with a game that had so many breaks of throw. But it is Daniel Lee, a 4-3 win over Patrick Mart. 93.98 average. Super stuff from the Brummie. Coming up after the short break, we're going to have Steve West against Dan Reed.
Good response here from Reed as he tries to take it the distance. The bullseye beckons.
Game
Oh,
shot
and he
on the
finds it
sixth
as
leg.
well.
Big moment here for Dan Reed. Is that a good guide? The
Game
answer
shot and the match.
is yes. Steve
Dan
West
Reed.
missed multiple match starts to be perfect on night 1 in Group B and pays the price as Dan Reed picks West pocket. And we'll go back to that board management situation. 95.88 average from West, 91.25 from Dan Reed. Coming up, our penultimate match after this short break will be Daniel Lee against Lee Shewan. Gonna get a match start,
Game
and he only
shot
needs
and
the
the
one match
match.
start. Oh, it's a
Daniel
very,
Lee.
very frosty handshake from both.
Well, we've had a bit of everything tonight, Phil, haven't we? Oh, that's a fantastic setup
168.
shot we've had.
Yeah, I think it's been a fabulous night
It has.
of darts, Chris. We've seen some explosive scoring, some big finishing, some needle on the hockey. What more could you want from the
58.
Moda Super
Potential nine
Series?
dart
Requoin,
attempts.
40.
Losing a match with 5
Game shot on the second
maximums.
leg. Patrick Mart.
3 180s on the spin.
Remarkable stuff. And Patrick Mart is playing his part as he levels this one up
Phil
with a
against Dan to
13
throw
dart leg of his
first.
own. Missed
Patrick
double for
Requoin,
Dan Reed. That
56.
trend has continued all night. Missed 10 in this match. And Matt gets 2 at tops.
Game
And he
shot
wins
and
the
the
match.
Patrick
Bookends
Mart.
his evening with victories. Won the first match of the night. Won the last match of the night. And there was an awful lot of drama in between. For Dan Reed, well, he started the night as joint favourite, but missed bucket loads of doubles. His only win coming against Steve West, who himself missed 6 match starts in that one. Patrick Mart, though, taking this one 4-1 with some decent doubling himself to round off what has been a rather dramatic darting ding-dong of a night. Phil Bars has joined Henry Deacon. Let's hope there's no bad blood on the balcony.
Never is, Chris, never is. Well, it has been a dramatic night here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Look, there's only one place to start, Phil. It's that 9th game between Lee Shewan and Daniel Lee. Instant in the first leg where there's an accusation from Danny. It looked at if it was a bit of a clicking or a ruffling of the dart. What was your perspective on what happened?
Yeah, look, the only people that know what happened is the guys that are on the stage. We can't hear it from where we are in the commentary box. Look, if Owen's heard it, he's done the right thing. If it has happened, it's happened. And no one's saying it's intentional because you can do it accidentally. You can just move your fingers without even knowing you're doing it at times. Look, it's happened. That's professional sport. People aren't always going to get on. Is it a bad thing? No, not necessarily. It shows the players care. It shows there's heart in there. But it's been dealt with. Owen stepped in and done his job.
We should tell you at this stage, we don't know the full extremities as to what happened, and we will bring that to you as soon as possible. As far as that game was concerned, it was a victory for Daniel Lee, which as far as his evening is concerned, it moves him on to 6 points and moves him into a very good position to qualify.
Yeah, look, it's been a fabulous night of darts throughout. Steve West was the standout, missed 5 match darts to pretty much rubber stamp a place there. But Daniel Lee has stepped in and joint top of the table, and the ADC qualifier is flying the flag for them superbly well.
Well, this is how the table looks then overnight. So Steve West on 6 points. Will he feel as if, though, there'd be a little bit gnawing at the back of his mind, knowing that he could have been on the full 8?
Yeah, look, absolutely. He's missed 5 match starts in that game. Of course, he's a winner. He'll be thinking, I should be on 8 points. I should have 1 foot in the final. He's got to come back tomorrow. He's going to have some work to do. But look, with his talent, he is still the huge favourite to win this Group B.
As for elsewhere, Dan Reed, what's he got to do overnight?
Hit doubles. He's had opportunities in every one of his 4 games. He's won 1 of them. Yes, Steve missed some match starts, but all the others, you look at the doubling percentage, it is way down from what Dan Reed expects. So he just needs to put that right. The scoring's been there. Can he then convert those chances he's creating?
And just finally a word on Patrick Mark.
Yeah, look, he needed to bounce back after a disappointing day in Group A yesterday. He's done that. He's in contention. He's got all to play for tomorrow. Look, I think the top 2 at the moment are looking in a very good position, and I think the others are shooting for 3rd spot at the moment.
We usually say around this time, bedtime, but I don't think we're going to be sleeping after the night we've just seen.
Look, the adrenaline's still there. Look, it's one of those things. It is professional sport, as I said earlier. It's always going to happen, whether it's here at the Super Series or any other stage across the world. These things happen.
Well, it has been an intriguing night indeed. We're going to be back tomorrow morning, well, tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock sharp for the continuation and conclusion of Group C. But as far as Group B is concerned, it is simply the rest who is on top of all the rest.